you have got to have something and somewhere to look forward to. When we don't have something to look forward to, we can feel hopeless, feel miserable, maybe even depressed or anxious about our future. But when we take the time to envision a great life for ourselves and to have something to look forward to, whether it's putting something onto the calendar, having a vision board, and at the same time using Airbnb as a great motivating tool, a motivational tool, because when you have somewhere to go to within a week, next month, in the next 6 months, or even if it takes a whole year to get to where you want to be, well, that's something to strive for. That's something to wake up to. That's something to keep a level of inspiration, to feel alive about your life. Because I know for myself, when I'm pigeonholing myself or remaining too much into my comfort zone, then I'm selling myself short. And I wrote about 4, almost 5 pages in my notebook on this topic, and I'm doing my best to freestyle this message to you, but I am going to look down and I am going to share with you directly what I said in my notebook. So, when you don't have something to look forward to on a day-to-day basis, life can feel like it's not worth living for, and it's less inspiring, it's less inspirational to live each day in this physical body. But when we have something and somewhere to look forward to, then we re-spark that dream within us. We feel motivated, a reason to wake up early, 4 a.m., 5 a.m., which I have been doing on a consistent basis. To watch the rising sun, to be awake before the sun comes up. It does something different to our level of psychology. It does something different to our ability, our capabilities to accomplish our goals and to achieve what we set out to do. Because when we're getting an hour, 2 hour, or even a 3 hour head start before that 7 a.m., 8 a.m. time, we're way ahead of the so-called crowd, and we can move forward with our goals much more quickly. Okay, so for example, like my wife and her family always say that I'm like a bird, because once I get into one place and I'm there for too long, I don't like it anymore. I need to keep moving to find my new home. So yes, my personality, I live my lifestyle similar to like a free bird. Next, after so many ups and downs in the recent 90 days, I started to doubt my future. I started to question my relationship with my parents, my brother, my wife. Am I being a good son? Am I being a good brother? Am I being a supportive and respectful husband? And what I realized was that as I was sinking lower and lower with my mental state, there were reasons for that. Number one was because I wasn't investing enough time, energy, and finances, not enough investment into nutrition, into physical activity, into flexibility with my yoga routine. So a lot of those great habits that we do build up and that we can build up, we can easily slip back into old ways, into old habits, and start to neglect those consistent habits that have built us into a better state of living, more wealth, more prosperity, more abundance. Because when we're doing things that are helping us to evolve, yes, our reality does change. We start to climb that ladder of success. And then it's so easily to just go down a bar, another bar. Hey, I'll do this next time. Or hey, I don't have enough time. And then we can distract ourselves very easily. It's actually too easy to distract ourselves these days, especially with screen time. So that's why it's important to set boundaries or to set so-called limits and to have a better schedule about, okay, I'm going to read a book for 1 hour and nothing else. I'm going to watch a YouTube video for 1 hour and nothing else. I'm going to dedicate some time to writing in my journal for 30 minutes, and I'm not going to stop for anything. Next, we have to think in terms of the way that we want to live. And I had to change it up. I had to come out here to an island. It's important to understand, the environment that helps you thrive. Because when you're in an environment that is limiting your abilities or feeling like it's bringing you down, well, it's going to affect your outcome. It's going to affect your output into whatever you're doing, whether it's increasing your skill level, the passions that you have, the experience that you're trying to gain with a new career, getting into a new relationship, finishing your education, or personal goals that you have for yourself, like health, mental state, and also spiritual development. Now, I had to start mapping out a new place for my life. And that's why I started to go on Airbnb, because it's very easy to get inspired on Airbnb when you look at these beautiful beach villas, these luxury beachfronts or mountain view top places, condos, resorts, homestays. There's so many things in all the countries in the world, all the beautiful and amazing places geographically that are available to us with the click of a button. And we can transport ourselves there mentally and spiritually. And then the only thing that we need to do is have faith and believe in ourselves enough and to gather enough resources, and then we can physically move there. So I had to become more aware of my behavior, to become more conscious of my behavior. Yes, to sit and meditate in total silence, but then after that meditation, how to perform my behaviors, my speech, my thoughts continuously in a state of meditation. And when we can become more aware and more conscious of how we speak and our behavior and our movements and everything that we do day to day, that's how we tap into our true greatness. That's how we can tap into our God-given abilities that are waiting to just come out and flourish in this world. So there's a time and place to watch YouTube videos, tutorials. There's a time and place to read articles, to do certain things, to do certain tasks, to dedicate our time to certain things. But there's also a time to get serious and to send that email, to ask that question, to upload a video onto YouTube, to create that blog post, to go on Indeed.com and look at what jobs are available to you. You know, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Sit down and write in your journal. Communicate with people and to ask questions to those people. And therefore you will receive more insight, new information, new knowledge, new wisdom, to have good counsel in your life. And if we're just going to spend most of our day avoiding those things, well, then it's going to be very difficult to advance our life. And so many times in my life where I had self-doubts and I didn't believe in myself enough to put out a certain video or to put out a social media post, but I let go of the self-doubt and I just said, whatever, I need to put it out, because if I don't, then I'm going to lower my self-confidence and my self-esteem, and that's something that I cannot risk. So by putting yourself out there, you never know who's going to see it, you never know who's going to read it, and who will respond. So if I didn't put out a certain video on YouTube about what's going on in the online teaching world, then I would have not received an email a couple weeks ago from an amazing individual. And that email has now developed into career opportunities for myself. And if those career opportunities didn't come into my life, I really don't know what I'd be doing right now. So you never know what can happen when you believe in yourself and you put it out to the world to see, read, listen, and to take in, to absorb, and let that marinate into the international ring, the international circuit. Because that's why, again, we have the internet for a reason: to communicate, to advance, to upgrade, to update, to add on to our character, to add on to our resume. And that's the only way we're going to be able to live a better life, is by putting ourselves out there. And by doing that, God will answer that calling, and the right person will show up when we least expect it. And those connections, those relationships that we can build and foster and develop and grow can turn into amazing opportunities down the road. But we don't know when it's going to happen. But the key is to keep being consistent with your actions, to keep being consistent and disciplined with what you're doing and what you believe in, and how to apply yourself in those given situations, in those given moments. So, next, you got to have something and somewhere to look forward to. And when we avoid those things, that's when the stress comes, that's when the anxiety comes, that's when we feel low and down on ourselves. So if you need some help with achieving your goals, if you need some help with understanding what your goals really mean, if you need some help with living a better life, to get more fulfillment, to have more purpose, to get to the place where you want to be with the person that you dream to be with, to have that career, to finish your education, let me know in the comment section. You can email me. I'm here for you. I'm here to help you grow. I would love to see people succeed. I've been working with people for over 10 years now to improve their life so that they can become the dream image of themselves. It can be done. It starts with believing in yourself. It starts with faith, and then putting in that extra effort, going the extra mile. And nobody can make you do it. You have to believe, and you have to have the willpower to make those changes, those incremental changes, because small changes over time lead to bigger, longer, larger results. So wherever you are right now, it doesn't matter, because where you can be tomorrow, next month, next year, 5 years, 10 years down the road, you won't even recognize that old self that you used to be. And as Steve Jobs has said, connect the dots looking backwards. And that's a great way to reflect. And even though we're not the same person that we used to be in the past, we can use that as fuel. We can use that as motivation to envision ourselves where we need to be. And we've got to let go of this idea of I don't have, I cannot do, I will have. Whatever it is that you dream to have or dream to be, whatever you envision for yourself, you have to speak it as if it's already here right now. And feeling is the secret, like Neville Goddard said. Feel it, think it, speak it into existence. It doesn't like a magic wand, but over time, when you can remain disciplined and consistent with something that you believe in, and you're putting in that work, amazing results can spontaneously happen and synchronistically begin in your life. So that's it for today. I hope you got something from this. If you did, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, and you're welcome to connect with me at any time. I appreciate all of you out there on YouTube supporting my channel. Thank you so much. And again, if I can do anything to help you, please let me know. That's why I'm here. That's my mission in life. Have a great day, and thank you for your time. Much love.